Should you play Subliminal? It's a question that many people have started to ask themselves. And I know even I had the same question before I played. Subliminal is facing a lot of backlash and mixed reviews after some frustrating gameplay. But was it warranted? Who's to blame for this backlash and what led up to it? Subliminal is a psychological horror game inspired by an urban legend where you follow the main character Caleb through a path of childhood memories, while the narrator tries to correct these memories through guiding the character through certain actions and paths through the game. Those choices, the narrator will actually interact Caleb differently, sometimes with a lot of anger.
No, this can't be right. I've done everything right. I've corrected everything you've messed up, every mistake, every misdirection, every distraction you've entertained. I fixed it all! Why do you insist on defying me? Let's get you back on track. I'll return shortly.
Yeah, you need a timeout. Because of the different choices the players may make, it may alter the story through different paths, also unlocking multiple different endings. Now for the controversy. Many players have become frustrated due to the difficulty of the puzzles, or the less than obvious interactions needed in order to proceed through the level. I also had these difficulties and had to look up how to navigate a certain area a few times as well. I do feel those areas in particular can be fixed very easily, and one not so much. The first one being in the maintenance hallway where the narrator says,
"It appears you've caught yourself in a memory loop. This happens occasionally when the mind gets a tad overstimulated and momentarily forgets exactly what comes next. But no need to worry. By doing something out of the ordinary or unexpected, we should be able to break the cycle and pop ourselves right back on path."
While this advice is telling us to do something we wouldn't normally do, there isn't much guidance in the game when it comes to our ability to interact with certain objects. While one object may be picked up or interacted with, some objects you can't tell. There's no clear indication. I think adding a clear indication or perhaps having the narrator give us more hints on our ability to interact with the fire alarm can easily fix this. Next is this puzzle. While the version of this puzzle is more difficult to figure out, it's actually the same puzzle in a different part of the game. The difference is, depending on the pattern the player takes, they may have never interacted with the first puzzle. The first puzzle actually has directions near it to give the player the hint as to how to interact with it. While the red outer glow indicates movable objects, it's not as obvious for certain players if they did not face the initial rail system puzzle. Now, the knocking light puzzle. This one, to me, I'm not sure how to fix. The puzzle plays the same like the intro puzzle, and in the demo if you played it previously. The problem is that it does not act the same way. While the puzzle highly indicates the ability to use the light switches,
you might now notice the 2 illuminated light switches located conveniently in the hall and kitchen doorways. These switches have just now been installed and successfully connected up to our failsafe erasure protocol.
Especially if we notice anything off. While we may not see anything off, you are able to hear Smile stomping around several times,
unless absolutely necessary,
which lead players to actually try to use the light. And it's not that you can't use a light, but you have to be very careful and actually notice Smile's shadow in the particular area you are trying to illuminate. Now, I do want to address the involvement of other creators and their opinions on the game. I think, like myself and the devs, also understand that everyone is going to have a difference of opinions, and while one puzzle may be more difficult for one person, it could be too easy for another. Other than the puzzles I talked about in the game, I actually found them challenging and fun. While there can be a discussion about creators' responsibility when it comes to indie devs and their communities review bombing a game, as a creator, I understand there's only so much you can do. These creators didn't tell their audience to do this. They took those actions themselves. I think as creators play the game, it is important to voice your opinion to your audience. They want to know what you think and feel. be that negative or positive, which is something that pushed me to make this video. I truly believe this is a great game. The lighting throughout the game is something that should be commended. The audio was absolutely a delight, especially when Smile was chasing you through the bounce house. The story leaves me wanting to know more, and the ability to replay each level not only helps me as a player with the ability to see missed content, but also makes my job as a creator easier. Beyond that, I have never smelled a game like I have this one, as silly as that sounds. From the play place tunnels and the ambience of the waterworks to the 90s carpet, I haven't played a game like this that made me reminiscent about my childhood to the point the mere sight of it brought back so many memories. For this 90s kid, I want to thank the devs for all their incredible work, and I truly hope they see the light and the positivity this game has brought to some.